For speaking to me.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
You are phenomenal in this movie.
Oh, man, thank you.
You feel that your role as Robbie Reyes kind of prepared you for Terminator?
First off, I'll say that I thank you for saying those sweet words. Linda, I think, is everything for this film, and we all followed her. Okay. And Mackenzie Davis is also absolutely phenomenal. I mean, Arnold, everybody, Natalia, everyone's wonderful in the film. But I certainly had a really good time watching Linda and Mackenzie do their thing. But beyond that, as to your question, yes, my time spending playing Robbie and the Ghost Rider were extremely beneficial towards preparing my body and my mind and equipping me with the necessary skills to accomplish what we accomplished with this film. In playing the Ghost Rider, I did obviously a lot of combat, and I did a lot of wire work and got to do a lot of motion capture and facial capture. So, because of course, whenever my head ignites into Flaming Skull, I did have my face to work with. Of course, they took information from the motion capture dots and incorporated it into the skull and how the skull moved. Mm-hmm. It was definitely an opportunity for me to use my whole body to try to tell a story, to try to exude the character. And then that was very helpful when it came time to do the Terminator, because whenever I play the endoskeleton, that's my body in a motion capture suit, supplying the information for the visual artist to create that character, or half of the Terminator, that is the endoskeleton. Right. So yes, my time playing Ghost Rider was very, very helpful.
Now, was there any kind of mental preparation or process in order to play this character that doesn't really say much at all?
Right, yeah, no, definitely a lot of time in a very violent headspace. And I really started, it was kind of the opposite of a lot of other processes I've had, in other roles I've had the information script-wise a lot earlier in the process, and this one I didn't actually receive a script until the day before I left for the movie. So for months, all I was working on was my body and growing my body, making it stronger, making it faster, and finding what the shapes of the body were. What is the geometry of this character? How does it move? How efficiently can I move? How still can I be while still being engaged and still being frightening? I think people have already said it, and I said it in a couple interviews, and it's been printed how I did spend quite a number of hours just standing in front of a mirror and as still as I possibly could be, trying to make sure, okay, I can still see it in the eyes, I can still see the life there, I can still see the danger there, and because that would be everything would either work or it would all break down just based on that. I think if you're still and there's no life in the eyes, then people will say it was a bit of a wooden performance. But I think that in every moment of the film, every frame that I'm in, I am certainly having just evil thoughts, very specific thoughts that are happening in every moment.
So is it easy to break away from that character once filming is wrapped?
This one took a while. It's still in my bones, I think, just because I've maintained so much of the training. But also there's definitely a detachment, and there's an objective approach in this one that is not really personalized as you do with others, like human characters. So this one I think is more with me still, in that my physical body is kind of maintained its what it is now. But as far as mentally, there's not too much residue there, because I wasn't having these evil thoughts, these really violent thoughts for myself or for any particular character. It was just they were just these slideshows of it was almost like out of body. It's just happening around you. It's not you're not really doing these things. You're not really executing these people and acting out in these violent ways. It's really just a program. So it's kind kind of odd. It probably doesn't make a lot of sense, but it just feels very, it's kind of an out-of-body experience, self-induced out-of-body experience.
Right. Now, you play an upgraded version of the T-800. Was you able to kind of really talk to Arnold about how he was able to get into his role and kind of mimic or somewhat bring out those kind of same qualities a little bit with the T-1000?
You know, I did most of, I did a lot of analysis of those first two films. Mm-hmm. And what I gathered from Arnold in the first is the effortless nature in which he moves, the sudden flashes of ferocity, and but mostly his, efficiency is key. With the Terminator, it's always forward moving. You're always in attack mode. You're a shark, and I try to maintain a fluidity in my movement that Robert had in the second film. I tried to grow my body and to be strong and imposing. Of course, not as strong as Arnold was in the first one. Of course, he is he is Mr. Olympia, so I could never probably achieve that. But I definitely wanted to get bigger. I grew about 15 pounds.
Wow.
And so, I mean, he made it look effortless, and I think he once said that to me. We're in the gym, but beyond that, he really encouraged me to create something of my own. And he was always very supportive, and he always lifted everyone else around him. He lifted them up to his level. He never lowered himself, because he need not lower himself. He's the great Arnold Schwarzenegger. But he always lifted us up, tried to get us on his level so that we can work as equals and we can create something great together.
Right. Now, I know you said previously, before in other interviews, that you started training for the role before you got the role. Is that kind of mindset something that you tackle when it comes to any project that you're interested in?
Absolutely. Yes. No, when I go into an audition, I prepare as if they're going to be rolling cameras in there. You know what I mean? I don't really ever have sides in my hands. It's always locked in. All the dialogue is locked in. I try to put it deep in my bones before I even go in for a first audition, so that when I'm in there, I'm performing as if they're rolling cameras. I think that's helpful to me, just because I like to have. Of course, the character isn't fully complete. It's not fully fleshed out. There's obviously things that are going to evolve and you grow in the character, but I try to maintain that mindset. Not to believe it to be true, just to know it to be true. To know that this is yours and no one else's. I mean,
right.
And I think that usually helps.
Now, even though you're playing a machine, as an actor, did you create any kind of backstory for the character, or you just was like, I am a machine?
I did, but the machine itself doesn't acknowledge the backstory. It's not aware of it.
Right.
But for me, I always thought that this character, much like whoever the man that Arnold's T-800 is based off of, or whatever the man was that the T-1000 is based off of, I feel that there was a man, a real human man, that that Legion has used that has assumed his image and applied it to these killing machines in an effort to demoralize the humans, right?
Right.
So I always thought that that whatever man that was based off that happened to look like me was a great hero in the army, in the human army, the human resistance army. And, as I said, what better way to demoralize your enemy than to make their fiercest opponent have the face of their hero?
Ooh.
And so in my mind, he was a great, captain or something in the army before he was killed and turned into this villain.
Wow. Okay, thank you very much for speaking with me.
Yes, of course. Thank you, Dana.
Thank you.